able to maintain a positive mindset or and mental mind state?
It's been a lot of ways, bro. I would say over the last 2 years been my health. Taking care of my health, bro. Making sure I'm in the gym. Making sure I'm drinking water, bro. Making sure I still eat whatever I want. But the health has been a major thing for my actual mental, though. Like just being able to, on a day to day, right? Like when you go to the gym, bro, you feel good, you know. And I think being in a positive state, like I mentioned earlier, always making sure that I'm at the most peace that I can be, with the understanding that life has its obstacles. Mm-hmm. And once you become realistic of that, it becomes easier, because when something comes up your way that is an obstacle, you're not treating it as such. You're not treating it as a brick wall. You're treating it as a street sign or a street cone. You may gotta stop for a little bit, look both ways, to figure out what's going on. But are you gonna stay at the? No, it's a stop sign, it's not a red light. You know, and what's crazy is that I think that's a huge difference. That a lot of people treat problems like a red light, right? Like the problem comes up, and realistically, bro, if you at a red light somewhere that's busy, you're not gonna move. You're right. You're gonna sit there, and then you may get pissed off at the red light. Like, come on, bro, it's taking 3 minutes for this. But imagine if that red light was fucked up. Imagine if it was just messed up for some reason and it wasn't moving. Sometimes we treat our problem like that. We're like, we can't figure it out, so we just forget about that problem. Yeah. Like, all right, man, forget about it. I'm gonna try to go around it. You cause so much other issues, but if you treat it like a stop sign, bro, all right, what's going on, bro? Like, how can we fix this? Yeah. And then you gotta move on, man. So I feel like, that's kind of like the aspect that I took on to become, like, how to move past a lot of things that even try to become problems. And this is through personal too, right? Like life is not just smooth cakes, bro. Like, I go through things in my business and in my life, but if you ask my sister and them, like, they'll tell you, like, I'm one of those that if I gotta figure something out, I'm quiet, bro. I maybe disappeared for like a couple of days, and not even in a bad way. But I'm gonna make sure that, once again, my peace is good, my daughter's good, my life is not messed up, my business is not in shambles, because this is an operation that runs every day. And that was another thing that I speak about. If I have a bad day, Adrian, if I have a bad day in my personal life, does that change this? No, bro, this shit still gotta run, bro. This shit still has to operate. So I may have a bad day and gotta come in here and have a meeting, and not allow my emotions to affect my meeting, whether it's we're talking about supply, we're talking about just business ideas. I have to be able to continue to operate, because I play so many roles. That balance for me has always been, all right, we'll figure this out. Which is why I don't push problems aside. I figure it out. And Jordan Peterson, a person I've been listening to a lot more. And I listen to him for a different sense. He's just more ethical, right? And he just gets to the point where he said in one of his podcasts, he says he's more peaceful and gets through life better because he's a person that doesn't like problems, right? Like he doesn't like to deal with problems later or build up of problems. If something happens right there, let's figure it out now. And sometimes you have to be that person to figure it out now, and not allow another person to be like, well, you gotta be, we can't be an aggressor though, can't be crazy with it, like, well, what's going on, or how? You really have to be a person to sit back and like be, a calm person to kind of take over whichever situation it is that's affecting you, and kind of push past it. And once again, it sounds cliche and it sounds easy, because a lot of people are probably like, it ain't that easy. But when you get control of your emotions, when you get control of your mental, when you get control of your thinking, the way that you react to people, even when they're mad, like, bro, even in the shop, man, it sounds like the guys in here throughout the time was arguing, and I had to be the bigger person. Like, every time, I'm going to be the bigger person, because the problem has to get fixed, right? There's always going to be something that happens. So I think being a leader, being a mentor, and that actually helped me and taught me to mold myself into doing that, and hopefully others can take that approach too,
I like the answer. That also made remind me of like something that you said, like related to the beginning, like how you said how you gotta approach the problems, and like it was like related to how you at the beginning, how you said like how you deal with people. It played in my head because that the way that you think, like how you be with yourself, like just in general, like how you think, it display off how you be with other people. So that's why, like, whenever I'm dealing with other people, or they may be like, you can tell when somebody having a bad day or something, but you know you got to deal with them because it's a work environment you in. So it's, you know how to approach it. You don't let people like having a bad day affect you. You be like, hey, how you doing? Like, you trying to like, I just still approach it positively instead of being on that same level with them, because like you said, you don't know what anybody went through. That's why I try to have grace with everybody regardless of how they approach me. You be like, oh, fuck you, whatever. I don't like you. That's cool.
For
sure. You going through something personally. I don't know what it is, but I'm not going to reciprocate that same energy that you putting out, because I don't have an issue with you. You have an issue, an underlying issue from something else. And it just happened to come out towards me. So that's why I'm not, I don't try to reciprocate the same energy back to people if they being negative to me.
Facts.
I just understand that everybody went through something or is going through something, and they might be having a rough day. They might woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but that ain't got nothing to do with me or my approach or how I react to it. It's just, I look at it as like a test. Like whenever I encounter people that might be on a negative page, like I know how to maneuver around them and get away from them, but at the same time not allow them to hinder my energy and make me feel like how they feel.
Facts.
But I just wanted to add that on to what you said, something like that played in my head from what you said at the beginning.
For sure.
Okay, next question. I think you had answers, but I'm gonna ask you: do you have any other passions or endeavors outside of this that you like to pursue or do?
Yeah, a lot of people actually just know me for this, right? Like they know me for E-Time. I am the owner, right? The owner and CEO, but once again, because I don't tattoo, I got my bachelor's degree in health service management, and then I just finished my master's degree in public affairs. So I actually, I just finished, like I said, in December. So this year and the upcoming year, I actually plan on turning into the healthcare part of my entrepreneurship journey now. So I've been working on a project for about 2 years or so. I plan on opening an adult daycare center. Yeah, so that's one of my like outside, and that's a major goal that I definitely aspire to take on. Only because that one really takes a team. Like I'm working with government, it's gonna take a lot of work, man, a lot of work. But it's exciting, and I tell people like I couldn't feel any more comfortable because of how long I've already been an entrepreneur. So when it comes to like talking to the banks about loans, or when it comes to like figuring out financially or strategic planning, like I already have a lot of it down pat, you know. So I'm not saying I know everything, but it'll be a lot easier approach for me to take that. I want to say besides that, I jumped into vending machines too.
Based off, I think you had posted one of his audiobooks before, but what have you learned or used from David Guy?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I read his first book, and that was actually recommended to me by a friend. And she actually, let me see. She was actually the one that told me about him, bro. I didn't really know too much about him, but she sent me like an Instagram post, and she was like, "Hey, this guy reminds me of you, like in the demeanor where I wouldn't quit." I feel like I learned a lot, not to say like directly from him, because his approach on things is a lot more tougher than me. I'm keeping it 1,000. Not to say that he's like crazy, but I'm not as like, he's straightforward for sure. But to the point where it's like you get it if you are like that already. Like you get what he's trying to aspire people to be like. Like don't quit on yourself, pretty much. You know, don't be one of those that are that have excuses or those that just allow other people to choose that type of life that you feel like you should have for you. You know, so his book was actually amazing because he gives his story, like why, and it makes sense, bro. Like I think like all of us, his story is the reason why he believes the way he believes. Because he also went through a lot, bro. He went through hella stuff and pushed past all the adversity and all the obstacles there, man. So for me, I feel like if there's anything that I grasp from him, and I still have some like Instagram clips that are saved in my archives, which is pretty much like him being tough on himself, and I use those videos for my own inspiration for myself. Like, he has videos of him just talking like, get up in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Like, make these moves. And it's little small shit like that that sometimes I lack, you know, and sometimes I need somebody to actually push me. And if I don't have anybody pushing me on the daily, man, I actually turn to what is audiobooks or these reels and things like that to actually speak to me on the daily, you know, to actually bring back that inspiration of putting that kick. And I feel like with his energy is easy. Like, all you gotta do is listen to one clip and you be like, oh shit, I'm not doing enough. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's very motivational. People don't know about him. You need to look up David Goggins. I'm gonna go ahead and ask you the next question. Okay. Who or what motivates you on a daily to continue to push towards your goals and your vision?
I'm gonna say just my family, bro. Honestly, my daughter for sure, bro. She's like the biggest inspiration I had. She's 10 years old now, but she's the reason why I even started doing anything. Like, I came out here, I was working at Lear, from just working at Lear, bro. And she was 1 year old, and I think at that time, that's when I told you I was starting to sit back and see my friends going to school and just doing things. And I knew that I wanted her to be able to see something different. I didn't see any. My parents didn't go to college. I didn't have any type of inspiration to actually be anything purposeful. I had inspiration to, I guess, to just be pushed ahead to school, but there was no inspiration behind it. Like, hey, bro, I just think you should go to school. And even then, didn't nobody go to school. Like, my older sister didn't go to college, my older brother, which is cool. Like, it's not to say that that's needed, but I didn't have no follow-up aspirations to do anything. And sometimes that can turn into like something that's generational, you know. So for my daughter, bro, it's like I see her and I'm like, man, maybe I should actually try to, you know what I'm saying? So I went back to school because of her. And I would say that was the start of it all, bro. Like, I just got my master's in December. I just like finally finished. So the process of like school when I first started to now, I know it was always through her, but I just wanted to like not to just give her a better life to be, but be an example through her. And I learned that being an example through her, I actually be an example to a hell of other people. You know, like me trying to be the best person that I could be, to inspire and to teach her, I was able to teach and inspire so many other people outside of that. So right now, I feel like my daily motivation is seeing other people that are doing well for their families. You know, even these books that I'm reading, I read books on how to become a millionaire. I read books on how to inspire to be great. Like, all of these people that are talking about these books, not to say that they had the same problems that we had, but they also had things that they had to end up going through. But if people are getting through it, or going through it, and they're able to actually push to inspire others, well, why not me? You know, and I feel like the motivation doesn't just come from like my family and my daughter, even though that pushes me to want to give them more and to be the first person. Like, I'm the first person in my family to graduate college. I'm the first person to open up a business. I'm the first person, you know, so I want to be able to, like, to see them in the point where I'm at. I think that's what keeps me, but as I hear other people continue to do it, right, like, to know that it actually exists, I'm going to say, and past the beyond of just one business, two businesses, you know what I'm saying, like, past the beyond of that, like, the belief where J. Cole has said that, like, when you dream of something, you got to believe beyond the past of belief. And if you think that that's the highest, dream beyond that. Because the higher you reach, you know what I'm saying, if you reach the highest that you can, you're not going to miss. You're only going to reach a high point. But if you don't aspire to do a lot, which involves toughness and things like that, then you're not going to grow, bro. You're going to end up staying at the same pinpoint. And I seen that, bro. Like, it's probably hard to believe. There's people working at Lear right now that's been there since I was there, bro. So it's like, and once again, we talked about earlier, that that's probably okay for them. They have the comfortability. But for me, bro, to stay motivated and to stay pushed, I have to continue to listen to people that's already done this. They're already good. They're already Gucci. They're just trying to beat me in a higher sense. They're trying to let people know, yo, read these books, bro. Learn how to become financially understanding. Learn how to do your taxes right. Learn how to open up the business the right way with your LLCs. Learn how to, you know what I'm saying? Learn how to do everything operational so when it's time for you to actually do things operational, it works out, you know?
Yeah. I like the answer. That was a great response. I'm going to go ahead and ask you the next question.
That.
You can hear me?
I felt that.